Charlie 1 team lead.
Thank you for the $5,
Cool.
Warlon.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
BLUFOR, OPFOR's good.
Alrighty.
I stole a tank.
Sphere, 60
I highlighted
seconds on
it
the
too.
clock. It's your
We'll see it
company
come
go.
up on
Squad leads.
on
If you've
YouTube in a
slotted
few
team
days.
leads, I need a squad lead in every squad that has fucking proper team leads in them.
What is CCO? It's this 6-hour
It's just
PvP
gonna make the life
event.
of your platoon leader
once a
so
month,
much easier
hosted
if
by
there's no mucking
Coalition.
around with radio nets.
My first one was the last
Thank you.
one I did,
Alpha has
which
one. Bravo has no squad leader.
I was
Yeah,
command
right.
of BLUFOR, and that
Thank you.
was.
Alright.
I'm never commanding a CCO again. That was,
Sphere
that was
Interactive, I've
messy.
got Foxtrot 1 as a 2-man team. I'll
But
keep him under
Severe
me.
will be commanding my
Okay, that's fine.
my side, so
We can absorb.
we'll be
them into
OPFOR
something
Russians fighting BLUFOR, and
Alright, looks like we
it's
are
basically a
pretty
Friday
much
night fight, but
good.
with
We got a full
reinserts.
vehicle platoon.
And
Nice.
also, it's gonna be like Warlords,
Alright.
if you know what that game
Who's
mode
that?
is on Arma 3. But
Alrighty,
instead of
let's
AI,
push
it's just
the
all players. CCO starts at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is when I'll be streaming tomorrow. But I hope to, I'm gonna film an unboxing before I do that. I told Barb I was 4 out of 10. I'm 5 out of 10. Bordering on 6. But alright, Nemesis, I'm so excited. This is his mission.
So here we are.
55-minute game time, 10-minute
we're-
setup. OPFOR getting a very
Alrighty,
limited start
what is
zone.
our brief?
And it's a terminal wave attack.
rush
Cool.
mode. Sequential. Apparently. Not apparently, but
Into
obvious.
Zaros.
Before we do any more talk, I would like to thank Ark
Interesting.
for all the help with the missions. Hope you guys
Music is a
give
tad
him
loud. Okay,
cheer
I'll
for
turn
all the
that
work
down.
he does. Also, I view this as set to 750 meters, and there's no way you can fortify the city. It's turned off.
What's that? I wouldn't expect chat to be super bad because I'm on the same
Company
side as Remy, so we're not going to have those weird stream snipe fanboy toxic idiots, but
No questions.
I would ask if you're there nonetheless, because I know you're very heavy-handed with them.
Alrighty,
That's
good
exactly
luck,
what we're
have
going to
fun.
need. So.
Round 2 of FNF starts right now.
Thanks, what's that? I appreciate it. Anyway, round 2.
All right, here we go.
Mission complete.
Damn it, I crashed again.
So
That was a great round 2, guys. Amazing.
Greg. Greg. Greg.
Oh.
What
Somebody's
just-
got a hot mic.
Jason,
Sorry.
What?
We
What?
won.
Round 3, let's go! Wow.
What's happening? Why are we all back here?
Mission file bugs. Stand by.
There's still some people in task force, so
Just give it a second for them to come back.
Point and laugh at all their slow computers.
Guys, we did it. We found a mission file that broke. That wasn't my fault. I never thought we'd make it this far. Holy crap. Absolutely incredible. Best round ever. I feel so bad for Nemesis, though. I think this deserves
Jimmy,
some
could you
chugging.
go somewhere else?
Hey, Hey, so I
Bye.
just loaded back into the game all right, and I ran around telling everybody to get back to the task force.
Yeah,
So.
I believe that was just a weird bug that happened if everyone just loads back. into-
Okay, yeah, so just press OK and load back into the game. It should go. It was a odd bug where the mission end from last mission executed at the beginning of this one. So just take your slot back if you don't have it. And
All right, we're back in the round. I agree, that was probably just a weird bug.
Well, that's a first. Did you hear what the bug was?
Yeah, the mission ending from the previous mission bugged out this mission, which I think is funny as hell.
That's amazing. I've never seen that one before.
I haven't either, but you know,
my
Arma,
God.
it's Arma. Anything's possible, but everything's still okay. All the slots are okay. Page up won't let us go so far because the mission render distance itself is set to 750 meters, so that's gotta suck for the marksman.
Yeah, but hey, at least it makes that easy. Oh, so this drinking game. Alright, you got your drink ready? Don't pour too much, but pour, a decent little amount.
I don't have a glass to pour. I've just been drinking from the bottle like a pro.
Wow. How big's the bottle? Is it like a 12-ounce bottle? Or, it's like a big bottle?
Barb, they're not here to watch us play drinking games. They're here to watch us shoutcast FNF. So I'll meet you halfway, because I'm at a 6 out of 10 right now. Let's go.
You were just at 4.
I know. That's what happens when you chug it. Anyway, we have 2 armed M2 Humvees. We've got 2 stand-up statics. We've got 2 sit-down statics. I know you want to, you horny little single motherfucker, but you're not going to be able to because Bloodwing said no. That's what we have on BLUFOR. OPFOR, meanwhile, we have a bunch of gazes. And actually, she prefers girls, but we have another one of those
Oh, okay. I think they're reloading the mission because something broke, or they're just resetting it. But yeah. So Lydia Terminal Rush style game mode with OPFOR attacking. Yeah, they're just resetting the mission.
All right, what's the drinking game? Let's go.
Okay, so it's very simple. It's my favorite drinking game. It's called Chug.
Okay.
You chug, so go fucking chug.
Okay. When do we start?
Just then, I just finished.
Oh.
You dumb motherfucker.
My bottle's empty.
That's why I asked if you had a drink ready.
Classic.
God damn it, Liru. Alright, well, here, now my objective is to get drunker than you.
No.
You're the one who started this. This is your fault. Anything that happens is your responsibility. And,
almost went down the wrong hole.
I'm not gonna sit here and listen to you badmouth my good name on twitch.tv/LanceCorporal_.
When's the last time I badmouthed you?
Literally like 5 minutes ago.
With what?
Saying I was a horny single motherfucker.
And?
Good point. Alright, so, I'm actually surprised we're still in the screen. Hit continue. That's...
No, it literally just pushed through. So anyway, 10-minute safe start.
Oh,
back in, I think they were just getting everyone readjusted because that weird mission bug. Again, Arma is a source of a lot of weird bugs like that one, so it's good that we can just keep the ball rolling. Have a little bit of extra for that nice drink game. I'm not gonna lie, I just chugged the bottle too, but I might stop drinking in a bit because I'm feeling it, Mr. Krabs. But from there, we've got 2 armed Humvees, 2 unarmed Humvees, 2 transport trucks, 2 stand-up 50 cals, 2 sit-down 50 cals, and a lot of infantry for BLUFOR. Looking at OPFOR, we have... Oh god, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 transport gazes.
The Greeks family, when you meet Bloodwing's Greek family, you're gonna have to hold your liquor a lot better. You're never gonna get their respect.
Actually, I'm banned from drinking liquor with her family. Do you want to know why?
Sure.
Because I got drunk in Greece with them, and I told them that Bloodwing lived with me for a semester, and I wasn't supposed to do that.
Ooh. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So I'm banned from drinking with them, other than a beer or 2. Because I am brutally honest when I'm drunk, so...
To quote Don Danak, yeah, head ass.
What does head ass mean?
It means you're a head ass.
Shut up.
And like I don't know what you want me to tell you. Like it's not a difficult concept.
OPFOR has 5 transport trucks, 5 fucking gases, 2 BTR-80s, and a fucking Mi-8 attack helicopter with no fucking pylons and just 3 static turrets meant to murder everything. What do you want from me?
What's the difference between an Mi-8 and a fucking Mi-8? Does one have dildos installed?
No, the fucking Mi-8 has 3 static MGs placed on that puppy, which means it can fuck you up 3 times as much as a regular Mi-8. Do you want me to answer any more of your stupid questions, sir?
Yes, a scale of 1 to 10. Are you at a 7 now?
6. I already told you that.
Okay.
No,
yeah,
you'll know when I
4
hit 7, forehead. I do like the area Nemesis is built up. He's built up a nice little terminal site for OPFOR for a little bit of ambiance.
Don, be ready with the VOD, that's all
And
I'm gonna say.
BLUFOR. Don, the VOD should already be fucking deleted at this point, but BLUFOR also having a little bit of, a nice setup position here too. I like that level of detail Nemesis has put in. He's learned from TSB and he knows where to make his menace. Bruh.
Yeah.
Stop making the gay jokes. We're playing Friday Night Fight, Spectator, okay? There's no sexuality in this, okay? We're just making it work. Dr. Anarchy, thank you so much for the... Oh gosh, I am drunk. Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a kick out of this one. I have someone that just subbed, and he's saying that this is his first stream, and I'm drunk, so this is kind of bad. Dr. Anarchy, thanks for joining us. I'm sorry that I'm drunk, but it's a rare thing that happens. I just told Bloodwind I was drunk, and she's now mad at me. Damn.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Well, Bloodwind's a different person. How would I play with myself? See, you don't have anything to answer with that, Barbarian. God. Shitty commentator. Anyway, let's look at...
You said we were gonna stop with the gay jokes. Hey.
Ooh, you little bitch. Anyway, Freeman is the first platoon marksman. Looking at the second marksman, it is... they actually don't have a second marksman. Wow. Gonna opt for Corporal Drake is the first platoon marksman. Looking at the second platoon here, the second marksman is Jedi, so OPFOR have a second marksman. BLUFOR is not fielding one. Let's look at Charlie 2 for each faction. For OPFOR, we have Charlie 2 being Slushy, and Slushy is going to be fielding.
BLUFOR doesn't have a Charlie 2, actually. They don't have a Charlie.
I'm staring right at Slushy. Slushy has an RPG-32. Looking at BLUFOR, you said they don't have a Charlie?
They do not. I do not see a
I don't see a Charlie, yes. They don't have a weapon team set up. What about Foxtrot? Looks like they have both Foxtrots set up, so they... No, they only have one Foxtrot set up for the 240 Bravo. Meanwhile, OPFOR, looking at their Foxtrot setup, Charlie 1 is taken, so they have that machine gun. Actually, I don't see it. So Charlie 1, the one slot they don't pick is the machine gun? What? Oh, wait, no. My mistake. I'm reading TSB names, so of course there's no machine gun. Why would they pick the smart roll? And then we have Foxtrot with Tom Cruise being the machine gunner. Main character. Okay, cool.
So yeah, no heavy AT for BLUFOR, which that's gonna be that might come to bite
That's a
them in the
bit of
ass.
a mistake because they only have
Yeah.
AT4s as BLUFOR, which are single shot,
Yeah,
and that's
you
going to
have
make
plenty
hunting
of
those
M2s.
BTRs a bit tougher. True with the M2s, but honestly, only half of those are really viable, and the Humvee ones are viable because the sit-down ones are very limited with their arcs. So we'll see how
Very
things go.
exposed. Yeah, this is going to be interesting.
No,
Very
what's
tight
that? It's
area for defending, at least initially. So
it's an
BLUFOR isn't able to
RPG-32.
spread
It's
out
the
too much.
olive one from the
With a
Russian
wider
faction
start
from
area,
Contact.
We would see them possibly go to like Hill 120
It's,
or something. Spread
Yeah,
out,
just
get
a
some
tube
eyes
with
on.
the
I'm sure that's
barrel.
where
If
they'll
it was
go
the
as soon as
Veronica,
the
you'd have a
safe
lot of
zone's
extra
over,
modules on
or
it. It would be a
somewhere
little
just to,
shorter.
Get eyes on.
But usually you have that as the main mat weapon for OPFOR and Green 4.
Fighting that you see on these cities in Altus.
You know, it's kind of funny how we have Zaros put down. I've seen Zaros done quite a few times on various people's streams recently, and just, you know, coming back to Zaros, I like it because it's a nice urban town, you know, for Altus.
Altus is very it's taken for granted in my opinion. A lot of a great variation in terrain. These cities feel organic. Not a lot of. It's not like, you know, a major American city where it's block based, but you have all these little side streets, alleys, keyholes. Like, even though the city is only a few, I'd say about a kilometer long, maybe half a kilometer across, if that. It will take Red 4 a long time to really clear out these areas and push through the 3 terminals. And we're seeing some of BLUFOR push off to the north. Looks like this isn't a bad position for them to watch from the northwestern, even the southwestern approach. But I feel like they're going to want to spread out a bit, and that might act to their detriment because of this, I'd call it a valley, a loose valley that Zaros is in. And Liru, you know a lot about loose valleys, so what do you got to say about
That's more of an insult to Bloodwing than me, and I'm going to tell her you said that, so enjoy your beating.
I did not say Bloodwing. It's your fault. You thought.
And that would imply I cheat on her, in which case it's still an insult to Bloodwing, because I'm actually very loyal to Bay, unless she tells me for other things. But that's a different story. Anyway,
puppy dog
shush. Mistress. There's a difference. Anyway, so we do see the first terminal in you have a little bit of a sandbag region on the construction site. These terminals are exactly marked. It's also marked as active and inactive, which means that you know, OPFOR has to do them in order. I really do like the positioning and the spacing of these terminals, but it also works really well with the not really mountains, but the hills of Zaros. So OPFOR, you know, if they can get up here and get into forested areas, they could easily box BLUFOR in on the town, especially with the third objective with this really big hill. I'll always remember this hill because in the older versions of Antistasi, there would always be a CSAT or Russian position put up here, and it was an absolute pain in the ass to deal with. But honestly, if OPFOR were to get up here, especially with their marksmen, since the render distance is so limited, they could definitely get a few headshots. But I'll be curious to see how active BLUFOR is in the town. We're also seeing the Humvees drive up. If I was BLUFOR in this circumstance, I would probably use the armed Humvees to counterattack OPFOR as they came in. And I would just use the statics as pure defense. The one concern is the gunboat that OPFOR has with the Mi-8. But if they're only going to have one pilot and one crew chief to manage the machine guns, it's not that bad. But at the same time, that also means that Mi-8 can be used for a lot longer, because they can just cycle their machine guns and operate things by it. And since BLUFOR doesn't have any direct AA, what they have to worry about is how they're going to take out that Mi-8, and if that Mi-8's even going to try to reposition here, because this is a fairly sizable AO. We're including Theresa all the way on the eastern flank, and then all the way on the south, we're getting very close to, if not right on, Zaros Bay. So there's a lot of room for OPFOR to deploy additional squads here, but I'll be curious to see what OPFOR decides to do for their strategy to move in. Mission just started. We've seen a lot of movement now going down. And they're going to mount up in these BTR-80s. A little bit of a fault
Fall
here.
Guys, everyone rushing to the... Yeah, fucking like Fall Guys, everyone rushing to the BTRs. Would love to see that helicopter fly off and possibly land on Riga, that point up there. That'd be a great LZ for that Mi-8 to drop some guys off, I think, and push down around and behind the...
Oh, well, what's that? I mean, that's what it's meant to be used as, because it has no pylons. They just add this because it has all the machine guns on it, so it's supposed to be used that way, you know?
Actually, no, sorry, that west-east approach, though... Yeah, I think just watching north-northwest, they would see him come down, but I digress. Yeah, Red 4 is still stumbled here, allowing Blue 4 to get into some positions and spread out their defense, get some early warning going, which is going to work in their favor, I think, a lot. The intelligence for Blue 4 is going to be critical.
I think it's interesting. No, OPFOR is actually, instead of using their various transport VICs, they are mounting up in the BTRs.
Yeah, I noticed that. They're not going to be able to fit everyone in.
Someone remind me.
Fit like 16
also
people,
Barb
both inside and outside. And you can see them now just piled on top of it.
Barb, real quick.
So
can you remind me in between when this round ends and we get to the next one for me to relog into the server, because I'm not getting the plus icon with how many people are in the vehicles. That just means I have to leave and rejoin the server.
I am actually not either, which I think.
Okay, that might be mission side then, but even then, usually when we relog, it fixes those glitches in case they are glitches. So.
Okay.
We'll just do that in the next stop.
Shall remind you, yes.
Thank you.
No problem, baby.
But they're mainly, looks like they're just fully crewing BTRs. They're going to charge right in. BLUFOR, meanwhile...
Shriek is running after them on foot. I think he misses right. And, yeah, I'm interested to see...
Norwegian,
if,
I'm going to remember, don't worry.
The Mi-8, like we've seen the Huey of the Little Birds used in past rounds today, both in NA and EU.
I think it's interesting to note, though.
Fire support with me.
But BLUFOR's pushed up. They've taken the Western Hill with their HMG teams. They're going to try for a little bit of a counter-offensive here, which if OPFOR is only pushing in with these BTRs, I got a few additional vehicles. Those 50 cals could easily penetrate into those vehicles and cause a significant amount of damage.
Looks like they had a bit of another fumble as I'm seeing a low tripod when the M2's destroyed. I don't know if that was a Fargo glitch or bug or whatever you want to call it.
Well, with the low tripods, I'm not surprised because those are very niche to set up properly. The tall M2s are a little bit better because at least you can get the full 360. But the little tripod under that M2 can be a little finicky when you put it around. I've always noticed that, but that's usually because people are more used to setting up the tall M2s because that's usually what mission makers or Zeus's or mission designers for FNF give people. So they're not normally used to the smaller ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And I don't know how effective that specific model would have been in that position anyway. But so to lose that in something like this.
Oh, wait. Look at BLUFOR's position. Look, OPFOR's thinking the same thing. They're going to charge right in on that spot. I wonder if BLUFOR is going to ready those 50 cals to engage, or else this is probably going to be where our first engagement of the this round is going to be. And already we're going to get some...
Sanders should have seed them.
No, he's not. He's been focusing, looking left and right, so OPFOR is going to get right on top of this spot. I think Sanders faintly heard the vehicle going up, so he's crawling down. I'm hearing the engines of the 50 cal Humvees pull around.
That was all vehicle honk. They might be getting out of here.
Frost being sent ahead. Yeah, they're pulling away. They just destroy. Is that the destroyed 50 cal you were talking about?
Yeah, the one that he just drove through.
Yeah, it just flew off. Ouch. I feel bad for Zeno. He keeps having some weird He's loading something that's weird on it.
Well, something about it is fucky wucky woo, but
yeah, stop it. It's kind of funny that they drove off though. So avoiding that first fight. However, a few BLUFOR guys have been left by. It's Logan and Gorski who got early shot killed. Actually, it wasn't even shot. He was rammed by a vehicle. And OPFOR deploying their main force on the northern side. They're going to come in. But will Severe and Snow notice their movement coming in? They're focusing a little more on the left here, trying to see if vehicles are going to come down these SSRs. And we have a BTR also flanking around on the left, operated by T5 Bay and crew. Again, one of the veterans of Friday Night Fights. We also have the Humvees. Go ahead.
To the north in that low ground, we're seeing something that we've seen a number of times on Altus, using the low ground and the high concentration of flora to conceal their movement. We saw that, I remember, like a couple weeks ago with that elephant grass push through the valley over towards Neri Bay. We saw that happen, and this is very similar. Where they have this very low ground, lots of vegetation, bushes, elephant grass, and trees to push up. They could take this kind of dried up river, ditch, whatever you want to call it, and take it all the way around behind them, behind BLUFOR on this hill, and get around their position, get up there to them. Something tells me they'll engage far before then, as Montgomery's starting to peek out.
His mic, man. I'm going to be honest, though, I really like OPFOR's position here. They got an Overwatch team. They've got I don't know what's up with that vehicle behind to their south, but they got the main infantry deployed. They got a BTR watching the left flank, watching the right flank as well. I would say OPFOR's deployment has been textbook in how they're doing things. And again, they're just trying to deploy the infantry along Woodline to get to the northern Woodline to then hit Terminal 1. But go ahead.
Okay, so two things. When the BTR is looking up, look.
Yep, that is a TSB BTR.
But look at Severe. Severe, the commander of BLUFOR forces, is the closest element to this Red 4 push. So
did I not point this out to you a minute ago? I could have sworn I did. That's okay, but yeah, he's immediately pulling back, realizing this issue. We've got BLUFOR guys firing down on Gibson here as the BTR was firing up on his position. Gibson got hit a few times, but nothing serious from the looks of things. I'll be really curious to see where these M2 Vics pull around, and I'll also be really curious to see where this Mi-8 goes. Go ahead.
Well, I think I just caught on to what you were saying. Those M2 Humvees going to be coming around the back. That's going to be very interesting to see how that plays out. The Mi-8, meanwhile, is pulling around to that hill, Mountain Riga. Okay, just pick up for a second, but now that Mi-8 makes his presence known over Riga, and I think it was
taking fire from some of the stand-up 50 cals by Mito. But yeah, again, what you want to see in the aircraft is really the aircraft will be able to pull eyes away from people pulling 360, and instead people will look up at that aircraft. And it can, pulling people away from that 360 will mean that less people are focusing on 360. And that means OPFOR has a little bit of a better advantage to push in. But I think based off of where Logan and Gorski are on this flank of OPFOR, I think they're going to know that this is OPFOR's main force coming in. Also, those M2 Humvees coming up to where OPFOR has that flanking Overwatch force could be a potential issue here, but they're still down the ridge here, but they are making a sharp turn. They could counterattack that position after they left it earlier.
Yeah, and we have Robertson, Nielsen, Montgomery over here, this little detachment up inside the tree line on the northwest, or in this northern mountain area. They use this tree cover right and push up, supporting each other. They're going to be able to make it to this ridge line and deal with this, or try and deal with this group up here. If they toss grenades up, the cliff will actually catch them and it won't roll back down. It could be very effective. But BTR is supporting them as we see Gores and Logan now pointing out the fire near their position. They're going to be either trying to do recon or maybe even try and do something about that BTR, which is manned by our very own Iceberg.
I'm just looking at the amount of OPFOR guys pushing up compared to the BLUFOR guys defending. I always say in these FNF rounds that it really depends on the PvP, but BLUFOR could still turn the tide. I just saw one OPFOR guy get domed by the BLUFOR garrison in the forest, but there needs to be more put out here. Meanwhile, again, we've got Iceberg and Gorski on the flank, not really able to do much. If they had HEDP and this was like a few months ago, HEDP could easily destroy those BTR-80s, but I normally don't see that. Now, Firefighter coming up in this BLUFOR position, doing a lot of mag dumping, getting a double kill from the looks of it.
As you say that, Pearson and Bed pulling up with those M2 Humvees behind the position over on the west.
Yep, there's the Overwatch getting slaughtered.
Fast here, Tom Cruise, plot armor my ass as he goes down. And they're starting to return fire now as the humvees start to scramble. They don't have
A
lot of bullet
beautiful
protection, so they
counterattack
can't
done by BLUFOR. OPFOR, meanwhile, they had Firefighter go up, get quite a few licks in. Definitely 2 kills, 1 wounded for him going down. He could still be brought back up, though, as Warwick is now coming up, but he doesn't check his immediate right, and unfortunately gets killed by D-Brit. And OPFOR still being a little cautious going in, but they're coming up on that spot. Meanwhile, again, those 2 M2 Humvees doing a really good job at harassing the enemy. Getting caught on some rocks, though, but otherwise they're A-okay. Really good job getting up there, getting a few licks, and no kills officially, but 3 guys wounded is definitely a good call for at least knocking them unconscious.
And yeah, we're seeing that Red 4 is pushing up the bridge line.
Yep, Brit is down. Misu was already down. But now they're going to be...
They're starting to hurt themselves.
Yeah, I did see that bad frag there, but now they're going to get right on top of this first terminal position.
And
Up
look, there are trenches dug for them.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's kind of weird that BLUFOR would do that for him, but c'est la vie. I'm a little worried seeing BLUFOR having an entire squad on the southern hill. I think that's a little bit of a misplace. They gotta focus on more people in the urban areas. Too many people up on Overwatch over there, and also looking at Command, F1 and Platoon 2 also up on the hill instead of defensive in the town. I get having the eyes on Overwatch, but all they really need is 1 guy on the hill and then another guy with a marksman rifle, and they're A-okay. But by the way, the 2 marksmen, actually no, it's just 1, Jedi stuck with CSAN here, and they're actually getting some licks in on the first terminal site. And just looking at OPFOR here.
Well, down the low ground, we see Nemesis, Az, and Iander, not to mention Finn, Robertson, some others pushing through, making a charge, and pressing the advantage they have. 3 guys down in the construction site. Don't see any bodies, but they are hurt and trying to patch themselves back up.
By the way,
Fidel's pushing up now.
Real quick, Gorski and Logan finally got spotted. Logan got knocked out. The 2 BTRs pushed into their position as Command. Someone in Command got the shot on Logan to knock him out. It's a little worrisome.
In, gets a kill, and now he's gonna be able to start the attack on the terminal.
Nice, yep. But will Graf get in there? Infidel doing a good job. Running out of ammo, though. Graf is able to then wait him out. But, yeah, Infidel need to be a little more accurate there. But, unfortunately, gets knocked out. He could still wake back up, though. You got to give him that credit. Never mind. Graf is double tapping.
Yeah, and yeah, this is what BLUFOR needs to do. They need to utilize this urban warfare and commit to some asymmetrical guerrilla-style fighting. Using ambushes to take out multiple Red 4 and press the advantage where they can. Gotta be very flexible, very dynamic, and they did not set themselves up for that. The majority of their forces on the northern and southern mountainside, the northern side is completely collapsed. You see about a dozen BLUFORs still scattered around in various groups, but they need to shape up real quick and get this kind of
gunship firing on the southern hill where the BLUFOR Delta squad is. Graf went down. Time Lord still up on the 2nd story without a gun out. He might be AFK or just pretending to be a dead body or waiting for that hack to go down. Just saw some movement as that hack started. He's running downstairs without a gun.
Yeah,
pulls his rifle out. See, OPFOR focusing on where Delta Squad is. Again, too many people are on that hill. Explosive charge going off. Unfortunately, no OPFOR were over there. At least that I can tell.
I know, because the charge was on the other side of the trench. If it was a bait, then that was a miss.
Vito running in as Yanni is doing medical. Vito might catch Yanni out of position. Knocks him unconscious as he tries to pick up Infidel. Vito double tapping Infidel, getting the kill on Yanni and stopping the hack.
Yep.
That's why you don't want to be picking dudes up. You want to make sure you have backup. Azariah running in. Unfortunately, taking shots from Pronix and getting killed by Pronix. Oof, the TSB members. You know, it's funny because we're both TSB commentating. And we're just, we're going to give extra oof to TSB doing this shit.
Nemesis.
Here we go, Nemesis and Flying Finn, two guys that know how to PvP here. Unfortunately, they might get caught out. Nemesis knocking out Time Lord. Vito running around, possibly catching Flying Finn out of position.
Oh, no, Finn, no!
Finn going down. Unfortunately, Vito doing that nice little outflank, getting him knocked unconscious. Nemesis not knowing where he went. Eander also coming around. Eander getting shot by Pronix again. A second TSB guy gets knocked.
Exactly what I want to see.
That's a good spot by Pronix.
Yeah, use these.
Pronix also knocking out Nemesis. Damn! And those M2 Humvees pulling in right on BLUFOR's line.
Quick rocket firefighter takes out one of the Humvees, and it goes flying.
Arma just happened, knocked out a Humvee. The gunner got shot beforehand. Another RPG coming in. I don't think it hit that Humvee though. Wow.
Tracker's dead now, or someone is hurting it.
Someone's hurting that. It looks like the gunner though. And Snow just got eaten by the car. So BLUFOR getting a little bit of a screw up there, but unfortunately their M2 Humvees are now done for. Hudson taking the M2.
What are you doing? Hudson, what are you doing?
He's trying to get in that 50 cal. I mean, it's not going to arm itself again being tied to that building, even though it's slightly clipping inside. But BLUFOR...
I don't know about that, but we'll
Vito
see.
doing a good job. By the way, Prior on the outskirts is now dead, so Vito's holding that position on his own.
That Humvee's gone.
What the fuck?
It's just gone. It disappeared. I have no idea where. And I'm scared. I'm gonna check debug, because I think it might be there. No, I don't see.
Yeah, that Humvee I think went into orbit somewhere. I have no fucking idea where, but wow.
Bad Vic.
Arma. Vito getting caught out in the open by T4 Urban Chupless, trying to return fire. He manages to kill T4 Herb. Damn, wow. Vito is showing himself today. He's killed members of Scandi Recon. 4 kills so far. Hot. That's where you want to be.
And he stopped this Terminal 1 hack. They haven't been able to restart it. They're holding this very, very well, considering the fact that they got broken up very early with this assault. So that's very impressive, if I do say so.
It's on the hill. Where is it?
As
Which hill?
just kind of walks in, and he's gonna start it up now as he like lazily clears it. He's just like, oh, okay.
Oh,
I guess we'll
hey, real quick. Look where Drake and Sholand are. The fucking 50 cal is on the hill, flipped over about 100 meters away. A little less than that from where it went. It's flipped over too. Grid ref 089122. Give or take that position, numpad 2. Right next to the terminal site, just a little north of that. It's smoking. But anyway, hack initiated again. Snow, Victor, and Vito again countering it. Robertson was the guy that initiated the hack. Getting some shots on Snow right now. Snow getting knocked unconscious, but Robertson not noticing. Bad frags right there. Getting the second frag into the compound he wanted. BLUFOR again debating if that area is good enough, but looking at the rest of BLUFOR right here, their numbers are pretty stagnant as the rest of OPFOR is pushing in. So OPFOR still has that numbers advantage, but the individual PvP they've been able to pull has been really good for them.
And here comes Iceberg trying to...
One of those 3 guys just got killed.
14.5.
Yep, Snow wakes back up. He's going to play it defensive. Vito still alive, camping a second sword. Robertson coming in, getting the shot on Snow and the double tap, making sure he's dead. That hack should be reinitiated any second now. And now we'll see if Vito comes around. Vito, meanwhile, trying to spar with the large group of OPFOR coming into the town. OPFOR still has the entirety of Charlie on reserve, ready to pounce in as Alpha's also coming in. And then OPFOR also has Delta, an F team, and command team to send in. But I mean, I would say in terms of numbers, BLUFOR's kind of losing out here, but they do have Delta on reserve, F1 on reserve as well, and Platoon 2 HQ, so I'd say it's pretty even right now. What about you? Vito getting knocked unconscious by Sholan, double tap by Sholan. There goes Vito, and now Terminal 1 is going to be able to continue the hack unmolested. OPFOR will be able to start pushing in to the second terminal site, but they got a lot of ground to cover. They're going to be cautious because of the size of this town with Zaros here. And that could eat away at the clock, but honestly, they still got shit tons of time. This has been a beautiful rush.
Yes, this has been very, very impressive from both sides, honestly. Both members of both sides standing out and conspicuous bravery in battle. However, given the situation now, I'm still seeing not a lot of, ambush-style defenses being set up by BLUFOR. They're just...
I mean, OPFOR, though, just to cut you off real quick, OPFOR has their Charlie team, which is TSB members. They've been firing down at the smoke area for the BLUFOR Delta teams that come around. The gunship's still flying overhead with 2 people in it. I assume they've been harassing BLUFOR positions, forcing target fixation and whatnot. But OPFOR so far has been doing a good job. But we still have Gorski alive, the guy that got killed off earlier that joined our chat in the previous round. Just fired a few rounds at command over at the their vehicle, Gaz right here. Arcor again, guy that runs Friday Night Fights.
Perkins is taking fire from like a dozen red form. The Charlie team red form. On the other side of the city. He took fire from about 20.
Yeah, no, he just got cut down though. Jeez. I mean, if you have enough TSB people shoot at one guy, eventually one of them's gonna hit, right?
Volume of fire, and as the terminal hack timer expires, we're going to see that whole garrison start pushing
There's the
out.
beeping going. We're going to see OPFOR start pushing through the town to make it to the second terminal site. I'm going to be honest, even though OPFOR has the numbers advantage, OPFOR's got to be careful because they're being shot at by one of their own machine gunners up in F1. Again, showing that fog of war and how limited it is. We're biased because we have the bird's eye view. We know where everything is, but OPFOR, with that miscommunication, of course it's Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise, I don't mean to be rude to Tom Cruise, but I've seen him pull stuff like this in the past, so I'm not surprised.
Firing.
1, do not fire. Now, what I'm curious about, though, is this Alpha 1 team with Rust and Alex doing a flank on TSB. They might have just dropped a guy, actually.
Yeah, we're seeing...
Grenadier round coming in as well.
Gorge is coming up through OPFOR's original ingress route. He's coming up through that low ground, that heavy foliage. He's going to try and come up behind this OPFOR Northern Overwatch. And I think OPFOR is in a great position. There are not too many guys up on the hill, but with the Charlie squad or team, whatever you want to call it, up here, providing the supporting fire on the second and even third terminal. Might really just more so second, but they're able to provide a decent amount of covering fire as this huge OPFOR strike force comes in and starts clearing corner to corner, street by street. This is the place where BLUFOR should have been manning. You see, they dug a bunch of trenches. If they had been manning that stuff with even just, buddy teams.
Where's that hill right there? I mean, they did have the entire Delta squad up there, but they pulled back because the first terminal was hit, and that spot would be pretty tough to cover because of the sheer amount of OPFOR, because they do have the numbers advantage, plus Terminal 1 was done, plus the gunship was firing down at them. So I can understand why they pulled out, but we still have Gorski in the back trying to get behind some of OPFOR's lines. Also, TSV, they did repel Alec and Rust down, but they've gone down to the barracks building trying to reposition, but the BTRs have pulled in as well. It looks like they're trying to shoot out people. No, they're shooting out the engine of the Humvee to make sure that that one alive Humvee that's still active cannot be used against them, because the other Humvee has, gone off on a little trip right there, but... Either way, BLUFOR doing a good job to consolidate at the second terminal site. OPFOR, meanwhile, still finding their bearings, a little bit of the clock running down, but there's still another 30 minutes for OPFOR to move, and OPFOR has plenty of time. We're also seeing the F1 for BLUFOR suppressing into Platoon 1 HQ, as well as Delta 1 and F1. But I'm not seeing any results here.
I don't think it's ideal as Iggy or Valhalla or someone shoots at literally fucking nothing. But okay, that was a rocket, and a very good one at that. But
yeah, they put it on the building that BLUFOR was garrisoning. A little bit of a shock infantry value. Another rocket coming in. It's going to take quite a few to destroy that building, but I like how they are shocking BLUFOR to at least pull out of that building. We're seeing Valhalla and Erickson running around. Iggy also starting to abandon that building. Because you got to remember, you're fighting against players, not AI. AI, you cannot do any psychological warfare against, but players, you can totally fuck with them. So if you put a few rockets in their building, they're gonna totally run out of that building. Exactly. The psychological fight. And that's all you need sometimes to push BLUFOR out of an advantageous position, because that building was overwatching this T intersection right here. And now OPFOR, yep, and that's going to let them get close to that terminal site without being interrupted by some of BLUFOR's garrisons that could watch up that MSR. So that's perfect for what OPFOR is doing right now.
Perfect, yeah, exactly. If they're able to cross this road and fight closer building to building without having to worry about crossing a major street in the open, that's just better for them to perform. In CQC, the numbers matter even more so than in any kind of distance fighting. So I think we're going to see a very effective push from OPFOR here soon, because no one's watching. The nearest thing we got is Catstorm pulling Jameson over here in this half-destroyed building. But even then, that's exposed and not a ton of great sight lines.
So, real quick, people in my chat are saying that BLUFOR threw this. I disagree. BLUFOR, because you got to remember, OPFOR has the numbers advantage, and now that can be enforced because they, Friday Night Fight staff, they rebuilt their roster so they can have numbers advantages compared to last week. I am noticing, if you look at BLUFOR's roster, they're at about 45 to 50% KIA, where if you look at OPFOR's roster, they're only at about 25% max, but all of Scandia Recon's dead. But numbers-wise, OPFOR has a lot here. We're seeing a few guys mount up. They're going to try to backcap that last terminal site. But in terms of OPFOR numbers to BLUFOR numbers, it's still even, and there's no timer set yet. BLUFOR could still bounce this back because it's going to entirely depend on the CQC PvP. I am always hopeful because we had Adriano, go from his team sucking to, a 21 kill streak with him winning. So anything's possible in Friday Night Fights, but it's going to come down to the PvP. If BLUFOR can make a positive KD with the amount of guys they have left, then they should be able to honestly repel this OPFOR wave, forcing OPFOR to push units around. But OPFOR is now deploying units to the southwest of where BLUFOR has this fortification area up here. Not even fortifications, it's just loose units as they try to get some eyes on where OPFOR might try to advance, but they've got, and when I say they, I mean OPFOR has the numbers here to kind of push that position and win.
Quick, on the south side, we have a decent squad-sized element, about a dozen Red 4 pushing up onto Mount Riga.
Is that not what I just said, Barb?
Oh, is that not? No. Well,
that's literally what I just talked about. I just said OPFOR's got a big push now going up to the BLUFOR command elements with Platoon HQ2
I guess that is
and F1, but yeah, I mean, they'll be able to win that. Again, I always assume that people are going to trade 1-to-1, and then when we see people go in a positive to negative KD, when they go, positive KD flat, such as they get 2 kills to 1 death, then we start taking notice. But right now, I wouldn't say OPFOR has a slight advantage, but it's still pretty even because CQC can always differentiate. But it looks like BLUFOR's pulling off that hill, noticing OPFOR is pushing up to their position. Now I'd be curious to see, are they going to push down to Terminal Site 3, or are they going to try to go to Terminal Site 2 and make their last stand there?
It looks like they're going to 3.
It's still anyone's game.
And then when people inevitably fall back, they have some stuff already pre-set up as far as some kind of defense. But between this admittedly very impressive wide push coming in, see people on all different sides of the approach, from the south side to the kind of northwest side. I'm liking this movement from Red 4. Suppressing the shooters and allowing this little force to come up along their side. And with the I wouldn't even call this Overwatch, but with the mountaintop cleared for Red 4 to push down, it's going to be a pincer movement here pretty soon. And that's, I think with the time, because OPFOR's been pretty quick on this, I think they're going to be able to take this pretty handily, and they're not going to have to worry
we've
pop, but I'd be surprised if we get below 10 minutes remaining.
I'll say it's a little under 130. The official for this round, it was 126. But first round had 132, I think. But I love growing Friday Night Fights, man. It's been so fun.
Still have Jameson, Pickle, Ziggy, and Colin out here. Kind of as a vanguard for the BLUFOR defense. As Chupas gets caught out by Jameson.
Yep, I see that, but he is able to get back. No, he got knocked out last second.
Last second, just right through the head.
Hudson opening the door, but a grenade just got popped off. He's running by. These guys don't see right.
Wow, Pickles completely missed Hudson and Hudson.
Dude, that just shows you the fog war, because you gotta remember, these guys are first-person locked, so they're not able to see fully around them. And sometimes you do see people run by each other, and it's nail-biting, man. So you got Pickles running up, Cole's in the same building, Pickles has gotten back in that building, Hudson's the guy in the second story for OPFOR, but this is what I'm talking about. The PvP is going to decide who wins this operation. Even though OPFOR has a slight numbers advantage here, it's still neck and fucking neck here.
Jedi's the marksman up on the hill. He has 4 kills. He's been doing work with the SVP.
Dude, that's great.
And he's with that position. It's actually not a bad line of sight onto
4 kills right there.
The objective area. Some windows.
It's not bad. I agree with you, but it's also not good because he's just got to rely on people going up to those windows. But if BLUFOR realizes that these fights are happening very close CQB style, I don't think they're going to really make the adjustments. But we also see a massive BLUFOR force, about a squad-size element, pushing back to Terminal 3, anticipating this assault. I think this is a bit of a mistake because we're not on the 15-minute time limit. That's going to happen another 7.5 minutes, but I do not see BLUFOR stalling this out for time, especially since we have a large amount of OPFOR guys coming down the hill, supported by a BTR-80 Alpha, crewed by TSB, just killed the guy next to Kevin. Kevin got knocked unconscious as well. BLUFOR...
Not an 80 Alpha. If it was an 80 Alpha...
Yeah, you're right. Just a regular 80. If it was an 80 Alpha, it had the auto cannon, but... I don't think BLUFOR wants to be that mobile right now because they're going to get caught out of position because OPFOR's got on this massive ridge here and is starting to catch BLUFOR out of position. And BLUFOR cannot afford to give free kills to OPFOR right now because otherwise that's just going to lessen their chances here to get kills. But otherwise, we got Tom Cruise pulling out on his own for OPFOR. I just saw him get engaged by BLUFOR horses, but I really like at Terminal Site 2 how BLUFOR is kind of differentiated. They're not all stacked in one building, they're stacked in multiple different buildings, and they're just trying to spread out to potentially outflank OPFOR's movements coming in, and they are still getting licks on certain people like Tom Cruise, which just went unconscious. By the way, he is a PKP gunner with that black PK machine gun, which means, he's one of the rare guys in OPFOR that has such a weapon, but BLUFOR needs to be making sure they prioritize those types of kills to basically, keep the tide of battle in their favor. What I have noticed, though, is this gun... Sorry, go ahead.
So real quick, I like what OPFOR is doing with that BTR and Delta 1 and even Frost in the platoon HQ along with the Mi-8. Like, they got some really great suppression going down on this Terminal 3 area.
Yeah.
A couple guys down like Kevin, and they're suppressing it, trying to move up a little bit. But what they're mainly doing is they're preventing the Terminal 2
will be Alamo. I agree, Gorski.
Guys from moving up. So these two terminals, despite being couple hundred meters away from each other, they're isolated. They cannot support each other. And with the withering fire that's coming from the support assets and the huge infantry push that's coming in on Terminal 2, it's just a matter of time. Although Germania keeps blue on bluing people, he's gonna be, they're gonna have trouble.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest, I am really appreciative of the,
Iota, no! Iota just bad fragged and hurt DeVincer and Potato CF.
Ouch. I gotta give credit to the Mi-8 though. It's been doing a really good job forcing BLUFOR to target fixate on it, and that's allowed OPFOR to really get in some well fortified positions, especially to Terminal 3 here. Basically what the Mi-8 has been doing is drawing out OPFOR's fire and basically forcing them to give away their position so that people on the ridgeline part of Delta and Platoon 2 for OPFOR have been able to then hone in on those positions and take people out. So it's been messy. Meanwhile, I saw Hudson push up on his own for OPFOR. He got gunned down, but I'm gonna agree with what chat's been saying here. This is textbook urban warfare, like player v player. And I think this has been pretty fucking cool in my opinion. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, I'm gonna be a stickler and say if BLUFOR had been able to actually man these urban ambush kind of positions inside the northern part of Zaros, they'd be in a much better position now. But even then, they've fought valiantly. Like, they haven't just rolled over and let Redford steamroll them as much as some people might think. They've been defending it fairly well, and it's just been entertaining to watch this keyhole fight, along with the fog of war.
Fuck!
Lead to some oopsies here and there, some fucky wuckies.
Barb, I got a huge fucking problem.
Yeah.
I'm out of mead.
I know you're.
I drank an entire fucking bottle.
You still
It's at least like a quart worth. Fuck! Damn it! Meant for that to last me a little longer. Oh well.
Well, hey, just do another unboxing and you can have more people send you some dragon dildos. As Pierce's building gets rocketed, Pierce and LaFave go down as the building crumbles around them. And that's that last stand defense breaking down.
AT going out by Marco. Yep, that took out the BTR. It is now smoking. It'll cook off Bay. Unfortunately unconscious. He'll probably die in it. Night Owl being not Night Owl. The guy next to him, Hudson, just bled out and died. That's unfortunate. But
and there's the BTR cooking off. So there goes Bay. And Dooley might get caught with this. He's not protected. He needs to get behind the wall.
Ooh, you're right. We'll see it in a second. He survives.
He survives, but it looks like he might have gotten hurt by that a little bit. We'll see.
BLUFOR only has a handful of dudes left, though, so they gotta be careful.
Red 4 has started, they've taken this time to make their decided push. As Bridges pushes up on his own, and a number of people go to join Night Owl. So this could be the beginning of the end for Terminal 2 and all the people here.
BLUFOR still has this decent-sized garrison back at Terminal 3, but they're getting constantly harassed by that Mi-8.
And the BTR up in the middle as well. They're not letting up, and that's what they need to be doing. Very smart plays from Red so far.
He'll get knocked unconscious. Severe shooting at the dismounts of the BTR. Pierce getting a one-on-one with Bridges. Bridges unfortunately winning that and executing Pierce. This is all starting to fall apart.
Poe with the PKM. Gonna be vicious in close quarters. Jimmy's looking the wrong way. He needs to look at that other hole in the wall if he was gonna want to catch Joe out of position. And Joe might actually catch him out of position. This is textbook urban warfare. You do not know where the sightlines are.
In my opinion, OPFOR is just winning based off of numbers at this point, because there's so many of them that are down, you know? Just, they lost that advantage with Terminal 1. They haven't really been able to press it. We got two guys kind of flanking around on the rear, but they're not committing to any movement into OPFOR's forces. And I think that's kind of costing BLUFOR here.
We have Marco and Dooley having a little duel-y, if you will, in this two-story house. Hey, I try, man. But other than that, it's just Jimmy. Wait, what happened to, there was someone else here whose name escapes me. But I guess he died. Guess he's not showing up anymore.
Ooh, another grenade cooking off that building. Marco falls right next to Devincer. Devincer notices, and Devincer dies to Marco. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. If I were caught in that level of PvP bullshit, I'd be pretty pissed off.
That's some fucking shit. That's some shit you'd see in like Saving Private Ryan or something. Guy falls through the floorboards.
Marco surviving after he got a lucky headshot on Devincer and immediately running back into fight. 15-minute mark getting called. Getting knocked out by Dooley though. Dooley gets the double tap. Jimmy getting knocked out by Jason. And there's Terminal Site 2 pretty much cleared out.
As the 15-minute timer starts coming up, we're seeing Red 4 push into this third terminal. A number of people down for BLUFOR as I see another person get killed by that BTR, just providing amazing overwatch with that 14.5. Slim and Riot kind of working as a buddy team as
Swagger wakes back up.
And Catchstorm, I think he noticed. And
there is a trade.
that is a definition of a trade. Bullets going into each of their skulls, and they each say goodnight to each other with a little kiss.
OPFOR still giving a few shots on the rear. I don't really see how BLUFOR can save this. Riot now coming in with the PKM. But unfortunately, the one guy's still up by BLUFOR getting knocked out.
Yeah, Slim gets him. Might actually blue and blue right. Nah, I think he was.
No, Grenade still had a cover there.
But who we got left? We got Russ, we got Alexic, and we have Valhalla.
There's timer 2 hack started.
I think it's a matter of time. 3 BLUFOR up.
Oh yeah, all of BLUFOR is
2
down.
squads of red. Yeah. So a great effort by BLUFOR. They never really gave up, which is commendable. But at the same time, early mistakes doomed them for the rest of the round, which is very unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm gonna call GG for BLUFOR on this. Feel free to keep talking. I'm gonna BRB 1 minute.
Okay, go get some water, baby.
Very good round.
Anyway, yeah. So good defense from OPFOR, or sorry, good defense from BLUFOR, but just outmaneuvered by Red4. Not to mention great use of support assets, which has really been the make or break factor so far tonight. Is using those assets. Usually we see them squandered from both sides, but tonight they've been very good about them. So they're starting to learn and adapt and improve, and that's what's very very good to see, is them actually improving. Players improving, adapting their playstyle, and getting better at the game. Because you can only learn, you really only can learn so much from PvE. It's fun, it's practice tactics and stuff, but PvP is the I would definitely call it the crucible for stuff like this, actual platoon-sized comp. Remember to reload? Yes, thank you, Viper. I will definitely do that. Yeah, the BTR is definitely doing good work. Iceberg and was it T4 Herb or T5 Bay? I think it was Bay who was in there along with Night Owl and Dooley. So they did some good work, kept their stuff pretty well, kept their shit protected. But as we're seeing the last BLUFOR member go down, that is going to be a decided OPFOR victory.
I don't see any BLUFOR symbols on right now, so yeah, that's
and that is going to be
OPFOR.
GG.
Again, it fell to the urban combat, so OPFOR was just superior on that thing right there. People reminded me to relog after this round. Thank you, I will. But yeah, no, that was pretty good.
I don't know. I'm gonna stick by what I said. Early mistakes or missteps. I don't know what I call them mistakes. Just, you know, you can only plan for so much and whatnot. But
there's the OPFOR victory official.
Yeah. It was a good hold from BLUFOR, but he had a better attack from Red4. As
BLUFOR wasn't able to get the superiority on the PvP. There were a few instances, I'll give them that. Martin, meanwhile, knocking himself out, but it just wasn't enough. It was only Vector getting those kills, but they needed more. They needed a lot more.